Good morning, good evening, fellow business owners. Chris Whelan here from Chris Whelan Coaching. I want to talk to you today about something which is absolutely near and dear to anyone that's in a team, anyone's in a business, and that is that standards are what you walk past. Let me start with a very simple leadership truth. The standards that you walk past are the standards that you accept. It's not a slogan, it's simply a diagnosis. Because the moment you ignore behavior, quality, or performance, you're not being kind, you're setting the standard. And whether you intend to or not, your team is watching very closely. Now, most business owners don't consciously lower the standards. It happens quietly. You don't say anything because you're busy. You let it slide because you don't want to cause friction. You fix it yourself because it's quicker. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. But later becomes normal. Now, research into workplace ethics and accountability is very, very clear on this. When leaders fail to act, silence itself becomes a signal. Standards aren't what you write down. They are what you consistently reinforce, or more accurately, they're what you don't stop. If you walk past poor behavior, that behavior becomes the norm, it becomes acceptable. If sloppy work goes unchallenged, then sloppy work becomes normal. If deadlines slip with no consequence, deadlines stop meaning anything. And once one person gets away with it, everyone notices. This is how culture forms in real businesses, not through value statements up on walls. It's everyday decisions. What you tolerate becomes the culture. That's not philosophy. That's just an operational reality. Now, here's a simple leadership loop that I use with my clients. Expect what you inspect, inspect what you expect. Don't tolerate mediocrity. If something matters, you look at it. If you've never inspected, you tell your team, intentionally or not, that doesn't really matter. Workplace standards, research backs that up. Clarity, visibility, and follow-through are what turns expectations into behavior. And here's the uncomfortable part for many owners. If you are constantly fixing issues, smoothing things over, or compensating for others, you're not being helpful. You're training dependency. This is where standards either live or die. For every behavior, there must be a consequence, actually. Always. Positive behavior gets acknowledged and reinforced or rewarded. Negative behavior gets corrected, gets challenged, gets educated. This isn't about punishment. It's about consistency. It's about working. Workplace research shows that with behavior, good or bad, there's no consequence. Accountability collapses. People don't need leaders to be perfect. They need leaders to be predictable. Consistency breeds trust. Inconsistency just destroys it. And look, the leadership reality is that many business owners avoid. In business, people must earn the right to be on your team. That right is not automatic and it's not permanent. It's maintained through behavior. Professional behavior standards are not abstract concepts. They're visible in how people communicate, how they show up, and how they follow the process and take responsibility. When leaders tolerate behavior that falls short, they don't protect the team. What they're doing is undermining. High performers notice first, and then resentment follows. And what that ends up looking like in practice is that strong standards don't require aggression. They show up in very ordinary moments. Missed deadlines get addressed early. Sloppy work gets corrected, not quietly, fixed by the owner. Meetings start on time. Numbers are reviewed regularly. Praise is specific and public, and corrections, of course, are calm and private. That aligns exactly with what the research tells us. Clear expectations, consistent follow-up, and fair consequences create psychological safety, not fear. This is professionalism, not harshness. Look, leadership isn't about what you believe in. It's about what you allow. Every time you choose not to walk past something that matters, you reinforce the culture you're building. So here's the question I'll leave you with. What standard do you need to stop walking past this week when you finish watching this video? Because whatever you tolerate today is exactly what your business becomes tomorrow. Your insight is absolutely critical. And I want you to take that and have a great, great week. And if you need any questions, grab some time in my diary. You'll see in the link below. And let's sort this out in your business.